Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old, very old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly Masters event for August 2025. And what we have for you tonight is what? A red bracket. Now, I don't know if there's going to be any red bracket rants. I'm a little tired, a little cranky. Well, maybe I'm cranky though, so maybe there will be, but maybe I'm tired. So we'll see if the tiredness or the crankiness wins out. We shall see. But what we've got for you tonight, two matches. It's going to be Hydrant Dude versus Pkric in round one. The winner will take on Tristop in round two, and this is going to all feed into a top 16 match against Blue Scooty that'll happen later in the month. But Hydrant Dude versus Pkric, winner versus Tristop. And the winner of that goes on to the top 16. Now, we also have another thing happening later, and that is going to be, what is that? Let's see what that is. Yeah, that's going to be at midnight my time, so basically 3 hours starting from now. It's going to be a solo match in Das Masters, and that's just going to be Torja versus Dylan in the teal bracket. So just so that you're, ready to go and you think, oh, is there anything else? Can I fall asleep to some Tetris? Well, there it is. So look at that. You go back and forth. You don't even know that it's different events. Crazy. Okay. But yeah, right now it is going to be Hydrant versus Pkric, winner versus Tristop. And just to give you a sense of what's coming up tomorrow, I don't really fully know what's coming up tomorrow. I don't have it on the upcoming streams, but tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central, it's going to be a Das Masters Blue round one. It's going to be Chroma versus Steel. And actually, our good friend Zempro is going to have that one. So if you want to see Zempro do Das Masters, believe me, after you hear Zempro, you can be like, can we get Zempro instead of Vandy for real? And I think there may be a match after that, depending on how that Dylan versus Torja goes, or it could be the teal round two. Kind of depends on who wins. There's also the Stupid Futures finale part one at 5 p.m. Central Time. It's going to be Nima versus Sam the Speedrunner, again, also hosted by Zempro. So there is stuff going on tomorrow. It's not a huge mega Saturday like we often have, but it's going to be all Zempro all the time. Whatever we have, it's going to be Zempro. And I think that stuff is only going to be on Twitch, just because Zempro doesn't, I don't think, has the ability to simulcast to our Twitch and our YouTube. So if you want to catch that, catch it on Twitch, twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Okay. Take a look at our rules. What is this? Rules. There they are. The rules. This is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play on an emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified. They can use any controller so long as there's no big buttons for what? Turbo functions used, whether electronical or mechanical. Biological turbo only. Level 18 starts all the way through level 39. Super kill screen should be turned on. Score uncapped. The first player to 3 wins is the winner of the match. That makes this a best of 5. We will be using same piece sets re-rolled in between each game of the match. Players, make sure you don't receive any in-game advice. Nobody in your headphones or in the room telling you how you should play or about your opponent's board state or anything like that. If you do experience tech issues like OBS issues, internet issues, just keep playing. Assume your game is going to count until you hear otherwise. Don't pause and try to get clarification. Just keep playing until you hear from me or peek over to the chat that you are supposed to top out, right? Sometimes you're not supposed to. So just keep playing. All right, the winner of this whole thing gets absolutely nothing. No, they do get something. That's a share in a prize pool, which right now stands at $227. We have had some contributions to this prize pool from Agathis and Nicholas E and Summer B and Fractal's various roommates and serial number and a whole bunch of other people. And thank you so much for your contributions to this prize pool, because this prize pool and all of our prize pools are funded 100% by you, the viewers, right? We have no sponsors. We don't, nobody, Red Bull is not walking in that door, okay? McDonald's is not walking in that door. It's just you guys. That is it. Funding the prize pool. If you want this classic Tetris stuff to continue on, well, it's going to come from you, the fans. Use the Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. That'll bring up some links. The one that says Masters or ME. That is the link. Click on that to be taken to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. There's a top right-hand corner button that says log in, and that is where you can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube account. You do not have to make a separate Matcherino account or anything like that. And then once you're in, there's a mustard-colored button that says contribute, and then that's where you contribute, right? Easy. There might be still some claim codes. I don't know offhand if there are, but if there are, please go over and do them here. I'll tell you right now. I'm going to look right now. There's 6 codes left, guys. I am not going to start this stream until we get those 6 claim codes. So get over to Matcherino or go to go.ctm.gg/prize if you can't type in the command. But Matcherino command, click on the one that says CTM and head on over there. Get those codes done. 6 left. Okay? That is how to support the players. If you want to support the channel, we just had some contributors happen overnight. I will get you guys on this slide, and they were pretty generous ones too, so thank you to those of you who did. I know Mino Floof was one, and then I forget the other person's name, but it was a generous one, so thank you. But yeah, everybody on this slide and more are making sure that this channel continues. If you want to make sure that this channel continues to put on all these insane tournaments, go to patreon.com/monthly Tetris, make an ongoing pledge on an annual or monthly basis, just like these people have done. Scott, Gray, Jane, The Window, K9, Tacky, Corporal, Shelby, Troy Dan, Kim, M, Rogue, Potato, Cat, Mila, and Jason. Thank you for your support. And there's a couple other people that are going to be added over onto that left side, which we like to see. And again, thank you very much. We'll get you on that slide as soon as I can. Other ways to support us, use the support command. That'll bring up some direct support links. You can also, if you're on YouTube, you got various platform-specific ways to support us, like super chats and super stickers and super thanks and super comments and super this and that. You can become a channel member. You can gift a channel membership. You can give multiple channel memberships. That's a thing. Over on Twitch, you've got bits, things you can do with bits. You've got subscriptions. You can gift a subscription. You can use your Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime Gaming subscription. So thank you to everybody who is supporting us and keeping this channel limping along. And I appreciate it. So thank you very much. Okay. Let me go ahead and I'm going to flop on over here. We're going to see our cameras get all updated and who's-mified and whatnot. I got backward hydrant cam. I can see that. So does that have to remain backwards or not? Let's see. It's 55 o'clock, guys. All right. So yeah, we probably are going to have hydrant backwards. There he is. Walking in. Lots of wood there. Yeah, wooden doors, wooden floors. All the wood is here. All right, that music means it's time to drop pieces into the chat. That is what that means. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see if the button works. Does the button work? Oh my God. The button works. Guys, do you guys say button, or button? I know a lot of people say button. I don't understand button. Button, or I say button. Like I don't actually say the T. I just kind of pivot with it, right? And you know. All right, the pieces are in chat. Hydrant, you cannot be in Tetris because we use the same piece sets. Hydrant, SPS. There you go. Yes, the glottal stop, indeed, or the glottal stop, or the glottal stop. You know. Haven't shaved this week because working from home because sick. Yeah, I mean, nobody asked or cared, but. You know, you seem fine. You look good. Hey, Mino. All right, 1528. F7 Hydrant versus Peak. Both of them are ready, and since Hydrant is sick, we should get this underway as quickly as possible. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, Tristop. Who asked and who cares? Nobody asked, nobody cares. Oh wait, Tristop did. All right, we are just about to get both of our players underway. Maybe I need to refresh one of our players. Not sure. Well, we'll just go with it. All right, well, we are here on the left side of your screen. Hydrant. Everybody knows Hydrant. Seed number 19 from the US of A. Wow. Qualified into this Masters event with a 1.32 million average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Has an overall PB of 2.36 million. That's a top 40 score. Hydrant, famous for so many things. He'll be very famous if he gets out of this situation. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. So Hydrant involved in an early survival situation and seems to be getting it down. Wow, Hydrant gonna open up that right side now, just waiting. Opens and Tetris. So Hydrant is good, board safe again. Anyway, Hydrant, of course, you know, as the first player to get a rollover ever. You know, you're seeing rollovers all the time in competition and players just casually getting rollovers. Somebody had to be the first person to get that. Hydrant was that person, got it in September of 2021 in the round 1 of the Masters event. He's a 2-time winner in CTM, won that September 2021 event in which he got that rollover. Also won the first ever Stupid Tetris monthly annual championship. It's annual, right? 2020, 2021, and then another one in 2026. That's annual. But anyway, also won that one as well. Is a 3-time Mega Masters player, has finished as high as the top 8, has won a Challengers and a Futures circuit. Both of those were in 2022, 6 times in the gold bracket of CTWC. And you've seen Hydrant all around Tetris at various regionals, like the Northeast Regional and Blank's Garage, where he took the runner-up, and he's also been at Detroit, Boston, and Philly the last couple of years. Also has some great NES Tetris technical explainer videos on YouTube, which I recommend. Just look up Hydrant, maybe Hydrant Dude, and NES Tetris, and you'll find some great content. On the right side of your screen, currently with 250,000 points, Hydrant at 315. It is Peak. Peak qualified in with a 1.14 million average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qual. That got him seed number 30. Peak has an overall PB of 1.50 million. That's a top 80 score. Heavily involved in the organizational and YouTube side of Classic Tetris League. It's been in Mega Masters every single year that we've held it. 383 for Hydrant, 287 Peak. Peak's got this big long bar tower to the left, maybe not trusting his 5 taps today. But yeah, four times in Mega Masters every single year we've held it. Peak has made it, which is pretty good because the first year we held it, it was really just a double Masters, and that was just 32 players. So pretty good to make it in back then. He's also played in the regular Masters event and has gotten as far as the top 16, which he did by qualifying into the top 16 back in October 2023 when it was a 16-player tournament. Been in DAS Masters 7 times as well, and he finished in the semis in August 2024. Peak has been in gold bracket 1 time. He's also been in the top 4 of the silver bracket in 2022, played in silver in 2020 as well. That is Peak. 505 for Hydrant, 388 for Peak. I know, this is the first time in my life I feel like Peak is, I don't know if I want to say having fun, but is at least bemused, maybe. That might be as buoyant as Peak gets, you know, mildly bemused. All right, 457 for Peak, 532 for Hydrant. Hydrant, the first one into 19 at 558. There's a Tetris Peak, 504. Peak also played in our Stupid Tetris monthly tournament this year. Like 31 other people did. We just finished that tournament. Was it last night? My God, it just seems like forever ago. But yeah, and that was, should I spoil it? Do you want to spoil? 579 for Peak, 592 for Hydrant. Gets a long bar over. That's going to knock it back down. Really could use one more long bar down that column 3. Knocks down a triple. Oh, no, that hang of the long bar to the left, that is probably going to be fatal. And it is. So 627 is the top out for Hydrant, but Peak in a situation here. Can Peak capitalize on the gift? And no, Hydrant is gonna outlast Peak. So they both topped out, maybe to some RNG, but you know, kind of similar height stacks, and then a mess. And my word, so Hydrant is gonna kind of escape with one there. And Hydrant does not, as opposed to Peak, Hydrant does not look happy right now. So we appreciate your keeping your appointment there, Hydrant. Then take the time that you need. That's fine. Oh, let me refresh. Actually, I'm just going to refresh both of our players' streams right now, if y'all don't mind. Just give me a sec. Winter, 5 seconds to pin the seed is actually pretty good. That is good. All right, you can do it, Hydrant. I believe in you. You're going to make it through. Win or lose, you're going to finish this match. F445. Okay, both players have signaled ready. Hydrant and Peak. Game number 2. Hydrant up 1 game to none. All right, they get the same seed in there. And yeah, Peak really kind of sticking with that, you know, plunking those long bars over to the left, trying to shorten that board. You know, if you can make it 9 wide, then you don't have to get as many, you don't have, you know, as many critical 5 taps that you got to make. Welcome, Winter, Tio, Guam, Mino, Floof, Tristop. You'll be playing later. Stanislaw, Shake. Everybody hanging out. Hana over on the YouTube side. Anime Cat, Laurie, Ravioli, Tom J, Mr. Burrow, Danny Madness, and the Thunder King. Welcome over on YouTube. Tetris Peak 95,000 as we get underway in game number 2. So, spread it around, y'all. Unfortunately, just due to some circumstances at home and some work they're potentially going to be doing and possibly might not being, you know, having a stable living and therefore streaming situation in September. Everything that we're going to do is getting pushed back a month. So there won't be any CTM tournaments in September. At least none of our normal tournaments. We'll try to do some other events. We're still going to aim to have our Extreme Sports with the Berenstain Bears in October, though. And that means I'll try, when I have an opportunity, maybe to kind of do some tune-up, like Bears deathmatch streams or something like that. But it's real. It's real and it's happening. Like, you should be learning the game. I'm going to create a Matcherino for it real quick. And I think maybe we'll also run a premiere on the original ESWT BBWC. So, yeah, unfortunately, just a unstable situation. Kind of issues with the apartment, and it's really, even right now, it's not 100% healthy for me to be living here, but they say they're going to do some stuff on Monday. We'll see. 316 for Hydrant, 311 for Peak. I'm one of these sensitivity to mold kind of people, and that is like the problem we're having. So until I'm certain that they're going to remedy this to our satisfaction, I cannot guarantee that I will be here in September. 361 for Hydrant, 345 for Peak. Now, I'm going to still, you know, when I have the opportunity, and if I have the opportunity, we'll still try to do some streams. Maybe we'll do some one-off stuff. We definitely got to do some Bears streams so people know that we're for real. 413 for Hydrant, 416 for Peak. I guess we could push it back, but I don't know. Then it competes with Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving doesn't stand a chance, right? All right, Laurie, if they don't fix the apartment, we're sending you over there. 483 for Hydrant, 462 for Peak. They're one line apart. There's a Tetris Peak. And another one. Okay, Tetris for Hydrant. And we had a good run. I was endeavoring not to have any break months this year. Like I did not. Sometimes we'll take a break just because, I don't know, whatever. But I was really trying hard not to have any breaks. And we got, we got 8 months in, I guess. $582 for Hydrant, $588 for Peak. They're into 19 now. All right, Hydrant trying to knock this down. Okay, there we go. Tetris, Hydrant, 613, 616 Peak. So players are close. What if we just run CTM September and October in October? They would be very on brand. So we got to find a good time to squeeze in like DAS, Mega Dasters and all that. All right, 653 for Hydrant. Okay, there's going to be a good J for the left. Opens up the right. Long bar goes in. Tetris, Hydrant, 688. Peak, motoring along here, has gotten a little separation. 774 for Peak, 690 for Hydrant. There's a Tetris Peak. Level 24, Tetris is worth 30,000. And there's one Hydrant. So about a 4 Tetris lead for Peak. Now remember, this is an open tournament, so players are rolling. And therefore level 29 is, or could be, a factor. Van E, when is Tap Masters, Dog and Scoots and Semis? I don't know. I do not know. You're gonna have to ask our schedulers, which I think this is Zempro who schedules it. So I don't know. $989 Tetris for Peak. He's got the max out. And he has gotten out to quite the lead here in game number 2. The Peak now, I mean, has just been flawless for a few levels now. And there's a Tetris Peak 1.2. There's another Tetris. If he doesn't burn, he could get 2 more Tetrises. Oh, that J to the left for Hydrant is going to complicate his transition. B99 transition for Peak, nearly a 1.2 transition, and he is still going. Tetris for Peak, C39. Tetris Hydrant, 880. This is a big, big lead for Peak right now. It's like a 380. Is that what it is? That can't be right. Is that right? 300 and something. Is that how math works? 329? Oh my goodness. All right, so Peak's board starting to complicate a little bit. Still low, so he can still work this down. And that right side is probably going to kill it. So he gets a few more. C68, that is the top out. The target for Hydrant, dude, is C69. Hydrant has got 60 lines to work with. Tetrises here are, going to be about 40,000 and climbing. And so now he's got 268,000 to chase down. And Peak just is like, I know I'm going to get chased down here, right? We'll see. He's got 50 lines to work with now. He got up to a huge lead. And will it be enough against the 2-time? There's a Tetris for Hydrant, A72. There's another Tetris, making it interesting here. He's got 30 lines to work with. Oh no, that T. Oh no. Can he bring this down? Can he bring this down and somehow get... No, it's not going to do it. My good. He had the runway for a while there. He definitely had the runway. Tetris is, toward the end getting, to be like 45, 46,000 points. So really at this point, he was like 2 and change away or 3 away, something like that. So it was definitely possible with 22 lines, but it's not easy to do. So Pete going to tie it up. GG's. There it is. 5D F019. 5 Delta Foxtrot 019. So Peak with really just a monster game. Got up, got nearly like 400,000 points at one point. This is really crazy. Oh, no pinners. Sorry. If anyone's watching on computer and think they can pin seeds, that would be helpful. Just jump in and do it. Don't have to ask. All right, looks like both players are on seed. No, they're not. Yeah, Peak.
You just got seed chipped, Peak.
It's 5 Delta. 5D. All right, 5DF019, both players ready. Let's get them started. Game number 3. What was once a best of 5, now a best of 3. Hydrant and Peak. All right, well, that's a lot of S's there in a row. Yeah, it's not that many, but it's a goodly number. $2 Canadian super chat from Laurie says 40 likes for a chance at membership. Yeah, YouTubers, 40 likes is what Laurie wants. And what Laurie wants, Laurie gets. Or you're in trouble. Jimmy Squads on YouTube says, fun fact, I stuck tinfoil up my nose as a kid. Not a good idea. No, it is not. Oh, Hydrant gonna miss the line spin on CTM. What the heck? I'm gonna chalk it up to his being sick. Tetris Peak 143. There's a dirty one for Hydrant. Laurie says, I did the same with Silly Putty. Hospital I went. Wait, if you put Silly Putty in your nose, you end up going to the hospital? You can't get it. You can't just like, kind of blow it out there. Like you can't, like, I feel like if you have Silly Putty, you could sort of dig it out, no? $122 for Hydrant, $235 for Peak. You shoved it way up there. I don't know how did this come up on YouTube? I have no idea why they talk about what they're talking about on YouTube. I don't know how it comes up. Maturino's having issues. Ah, crap. All right, well, sometimes these things, you know, come in and out, so hopefully we can try again. Brothers and I were playing Hide the Silly Putty. Is that an established game, or is that one you just made up? Or I never played Hide the Silly Putty. $248 for Hydrant, $372 for Peak. Tom J says Silly Putty did smell good. I guess the one thing, I guess while we're talking, sticking things up your nose, the one thing that I would do, like, you know, candy corns, like those orange, yellow, and white, like candy corns you get for Halloween that everyone hates. Like, I used to put one up each nostril and then like rocket it out at people at school. It just looked like it should go up there. It was so well shaped to go up there, right? It just looks like it's pointy and it seems like it should go up there. But, you know, listen, I stopped doing that in junior year of high school. No, I'm just kidding. I did it like in first grade. $495 for Peak, $370 for Hydrant. It was like first and second grade, you know, that kind of thing. So Peak, like, way ahead here, 542. Hydrant yet to crack 400,000. About to. Okay, Hydrant gonna open up the right. Good long bar. Tetris, 422 for Hydrant. Peak gets the Tetris down, 589. He's got 10 lines to go until 19, and so certainly a 600K is in the offing. All right, 639 entry into 19 for Peak. Hydrant in at about 470. There's a Tetris Hydrant, 494. Other Tetris Peak. This Peak's been very efficient. Tetris Peak 700,000, so almost 170,000 point lead right now. Hydrant's board getting pretty high. Gets a long bar over. He stashes that T-piece. Interesting way. Other Tetris Hydrant 617, 756 for Peak. Level 22 for both. Hydrant Tetris 644. All right, so both players going through a bit of a rough spell now. This is going to cool Peak's pace off a little bit. Is Peak going to go left well? Yes. For how long? All right, we are getting droughted. There we go. Long bar for both. Tetris for both. 688. Hydrant. 858 Peak, and Peak is very much on the left well right now. Oh no, he wants to take it all down. So he had 4 lines set up. Could have maybe tried to stay over there, but says, you know what? I'm good. That's enough. left well for one game. I get very uncomfortable playing over on that left well. It just, everything seems backwards. Doesn't seem right. Tetris Hydrant 766, 956 for Peak. So Peak might have even gained a little ground. Oh, the tuck for Peak. What the heck? On that left side. All right, Tetris Hydrant 866 and another one 900,000. He's brought it within, about 100,000 points, something like that. Although Peak now with the max out. Dirty for Hydrant. Another Tetris Peak. Oh no, Hydrant gonna top out at 946 and Peak. You are good without even having to get into 29. So Peak goes up 2-1. All right, the new pieces are here, and we'll see how long it takes. Oh, look at that winter. Got it. It's pretty good. Guys, I got to tell you, I am playing so well now that I've got this this aluminum controller shell. Thing is stable as a table. All my misdrops are my fault now, which is good. 32D57B. Okay, both players are ready to go. So let's count them down. Game number 4. Peak is up 2-1. Hydrant needs to win to force a game 5. And it's also cold. Like, it's just a cold controller. I grab it and it's cold and I like it. I think I'm going to order another one. Danny Madness says, I don't think there's actually any players who do exclusive or even majority left well these days. No, I know Harry Hong used to sometimes back in the day. Yeah, no, it's something that you should be familiar with doing just in case, you're kind of pushed that way by the pieces. You want to feel comfortable doing it, but no, it is not optimal. And, yeah, don't do it. $30 likes people left for a chance at membership, over 50 in chat. Let's get Tetris out there and have more fun on YouTube chat. LOL, says Laurie. So if you're watching on YouTube right now, just like the stream. It's not hard. You click stupid buttons all day. Just click one more button. And Laurie will gift a channel membership. We're leaving money on the table, people. 120 for Peak. And Laurie, if we don't get it, don't feel like don't give it to us. There needs to be consequences, right? Don't be like, it's all right, I'll give it to you anyway. Don't give it. I don't want it. 162 for Hydrant. There is a Tetris Hydrant and another one. So Hydrant at 208 through 40, 170 for Peak. Winter says, I migrated from Twitch to like. Oh, thank you, Winter. Appreciate that. T.O. says, I just opened YouTube to do it. There you go. That's all. You know, the more you like things in chat and you know, it tells YouTube like, hey man, something's happening. Mino Floof is over there as well. All right, look at that, Lori. It's really the Twitch people that are going to clinch this. YouTube, you should be embarrassed and ashamed that Twitch has to bail you out. And we do still have 6 contribution codes in the match arena. You know, while you're going places, we still have 6. We started the stream out with 6. I said we're not going to start the stream unless we get them, and I started the stream, right? So now you guys have learned you can misbehave and there's no consequences because I'm, you know, I'm soft. 392 for Hydrant, 330. I'm a pushover. Trav Weave says I'm lurking. All right, good. Lurking and hitting the thumbs up button. Thank you, Trav Weave. 359 for Peak, 414 for Hydrant. Both will get a Tetris. So Hydrant right now up, you know, 56,000 points, 2.5 Tetrises. And you know, I guess I'm a weirdo. Like when I watch a video on YouTube from somebody I like and I like the thing that they did, you know, and I feel good about, you know, liking them as opposed to something I'm hate watching or whatever, I tend to like it because it's also a good way to keep track, right? You can go into your likes history. All right, Hydrant, a bit of a pickle here, just kind of all in. Yeah, there it is. Bar goes down. Tetris. Yes, he's nodding. He approves. Hydrant approves. There's another one. Hydrant 557. He's up 100,000 points right now. Vandy, what do you hate watch? Well, I mean, if I'm watching something from somebody I find distasteful, you know, like some political content, but I want to know what happened. But I don't want to support them necessarily. You know what I mean? Like, I'll watch it, but I won't like it. 603 for Hydrant. There's a Tetris. Hydrant 628. You know, for example, the way I watch Kingsman's Tetris Friendlies, for example. All right, 632 for Hydrant. Peak is into 19 at 578. So Peak, Hydrant doing what he has to do. It's pretty high. Okay, gets a double. Tetris, Hydrant, 667, 610 Peak, one line apart. 57,000 point lead. Tetris is on 20, are worth 25,200. Oh, you thought I hate watch Dr. Mario? What? No, I was just using that as a shorthand for watching something, but I don't necessarily want to support or promote the person. Okay, Tetris, Hydrant 779, 723 Peak. So Hydrant maintaining about a 50,000 point lead across a few levels. Okay, left side and right side could use bars. Left side bar. All right, Tetris, Hydrant, 819. But otherwise, you know, if I like something and I approve of the person, and you know, I give it a like. And then it's easy to, okay, here are the things that you liked. And you can go into your likes and look at them. Danny says, hey, Klingman's friendlies are a joy, sir. All right, sorry. Sorry, Klingman. I didn't mean to disrespect you. 886 for Peak, 945 for Hydrant. All right, Tetris Peak, max out Hydrant A23. There's a Tetris Peak 992. He's like a triple away from a max. Or a little more than a triple. Oh, Hydrant up high. The bar gets over. Peak up high. Needs a bar. Hydrant opens up again. Both of them getting a little droughted. Oh. A52 for Peak. He's brought the whole thing back down. Hydrant still digging one line until 29. And what can he do? And no, that is going to be a top out at A76. The target for Peak is A77. But his board, no great shakes right now. So he's going to try to eke out some lines here, just singling and double them away. Needs to get to A77 would be the target. There's a double and he's got it. That double. So he's able to scramble enough points to take this match. And Peak, seed number 30, beating the CTM Tetris Master Hydrant. So, yeah, kind of a seed upset right there. GG's to you, Peak. And Hydrant, I know you were not feeling well, and we all hope that you do feel well soon. And thanks for keeping your Tetris appointment anyway. You'll have to go to all of the stat people to argue that. I don't know. You'll have to argue. All right. Well, GG's Hydrant. Glad to have you. Hope to have you again. Please survive. And don't die. Thank you. All right, we're going to bring in Tristop. Going to run an ad. Got to remember to run ads. So, I don't know. Can mods run ads? Maybe I should have them do that. Yeah, I got you, Tristop. Thank you. So, you are seed number 14. There you are. All right. He's peering in. He loves to peer in like that. All right, we'll get him. All right, Peak, if you need to take a moment, you can. Although I also feel like I don't know. Like, while Peak's internet is working, we should just, like, get right into it, you know? Like, we don't often have Peak with this good of internet. Or Tristop, for that matter. This could be... this could be a disaster master for the ages. All right, you can warm up. Yeah, it looks like Tristop gonna tune up that controller a bit. Let's get that professional screwdriver. Pretty good. I am excited to see if that padless stuff really happens. I'm very excited. It is really going to happen. I am excited for it. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I believe it will happen. And I'm curious to know, like, if players are, you know, like top players are going to use it or not use it or try it. Or they should be like, nope, I want to use rubber pads. I guess the one thing I don't know is, like, how long will these, like, clicky keys work, you know? How long will they last? I don't know. But I will definitely try it, you know, because I'm a person who firmly believes that the only reason I'm not a world champion is because of my controller. So, all right, players, I'm going to go ahead and drop some pieces now in the chat. AFEF9C, your friend and I brought up the idea of optical switches. Yeah, well, maybe version 2, right? You can't just 100% delay everything for the best possible product. You come out with one, all right, a year later, come out with your next. I also predict when they show up with them at CTWC, they'll have no choice but to let them use them at CTWC. Yeah. And I intend to keep on shaming them until until they're allowed. Also because it's fun. All right. AFEF9C. Both players are on seed, so as soon as they both signal ready, we can start. Okay. Here we go. Both players are ready. Tristop and Pkric. CTM Masters event, August 2025, round number 2. The winner goes to the top 16 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side of your screen, it is Tristop. Tristop qualified in with a 1.38 million. That was the average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Tristop with an overall PB of 13.7 million. He is known for so many things. I mean, first of all, great videos on YouTube. Just came out with a comprehensive guide to rolling in NES Tetris. And it is maybe, you know, it's at least the same or better quality as his adjustment guide. So I highly recommend you go over to YouTube, look up Tristop rolling, and I'm sure that you will find it. Tristop is a winner of various things, including CTWC Canada in 2024. The CTWC Regional, that was in Columbus. That's the WPL one. The Philadelphia in 2024. And probably dearest to him is the Future Circuit that he won in 2021. He's been a fixture in the Masters event since like 2021. He's finished in the finals multiple times, like 3 times in 2021. He's been in the semifinals. He was in the semifinals last month, actually. And you've seen him at other regionals as well. Philadelphia finished in the top 4 there this year. You've seen him top 4 at the at that WPL regional 2025 this year as well. Tristop, the first player ever to get a 1.3 with DAS. What the heck? How crazy is that? He's also a 5-time CTWC gold bracket player, and he has finished as high as the top 4, which he did in 2024. So he's back for another shot at the Masters. Had a good run in June. Looking to advance, get back to the finals, and get a shot. 306 for Tristop. And he's halfway to the 19 transition with over 300,000, so he's on pace for a 600K 19 transition. If he keeps this up, on the right side of your screen, it is Pkric. Pkric qualified into this tournament with a 1.14 million as a 1.5 PB, 1.5 million, not just 1.5 points. That would be not a lot of points. Pkric is, one of the organizing forces behind CTL, Classic Tetris League. He's been in Mega Masters 4 times. In fact, he's one of the few people who have been in Mega Masters every single year from 2022 through 2025. He's been in Das Masters 7 times, maybe 8 times. I don't know, 7 or 8. He's been in the semifinals 1 time. That was back in August. Been in the gold bracket of CTWC once. He was top 4 in CTWC Silver. Or maybe he's been in gold bracket twice. I think actually he's been in gold twice, maybe? Once. That was in 2021, actually. Yeah, that was it. 2021, second online year. He also was in silver a couple of years as well. Took top 4 in silver in 2022 and was top 8 in silver in 2020. 363 for Pkric, 542 for Tristop. Pkric in a little bit of trouble. Zempro says he's the future winner of the Space City Regional 2025. Oh, Pkric is going to be there? Well, it's kind of a late night. You got to wake up, get over there. 373 for Pkric, 588 for Tristop. This is a best of 5. We start on level 18. Where Tetrises are worth 22,800. It's an open play style event, so any play style is allowed. Nowadays, for top competitors, that means rolling. And again, you can find out everything that you need to know to get started as a roller by going to YouTube, looking up Tristop rolling Tetris, and I'm sure it'll be like the first thing to come up. It's a great video. 656 for Tristop. 1 line to go till 19. Pkric is in. He's at 491. Tristop in with a 680. Vandy, can you please translate what's in Tristop's t-shirt for us? I have no idea. I'm sure it has to do with an anime or whatever called One Piece. That is all I know. That is literally the extent of my knowledge about it. 713 for Tristop, 546 for Pkric. Yeah, 680 into 19 is absolutely bonkers. All right, Tetris Tristop, 792, 599 Pkric. There is a Tetris Pkric. He's into 22. That reminds me of my petition to send Vandy into orbit with the first van in space. I don't think it is the first van. Hasn't a van been sent to space? I would love to go to space. I would definitely do that. And who knows, maybe we will. Tetris for Pkric, 719. Tristop with a Tetris. Lines are tied, and Tristop with what, 140,000 point lead? Jungle Cook says you would know. I mean, do you think I know all facts about vans? I mean, I don't know a lot of van facts. Tristop setting up the vertical eye tuck. He gets the eye in, he skims, he gets a Tetris 993, and he's just a few thousand points away from the max. He gets the long bar in for the max into 26, so 1.2 transition into 29, definitely on the table. 826 for Pkric, 200,000 points behind. Tetris Tristop A92. What's up, Chen? Oh, Pkric kind of early tuck with that L piece. This is going to complicate his board as he tries to get ready for that 29 transition. Let's see what he can do. Tetris Tristop B63. You got two more Tetris available. There is one B98. And that is going to be a top out for Pkric at 876. Tristop going to get that Tetris into 29, 1.2 entry. Doesn't matter. Tristop is good. All right, players, when you are ready, the pieces are there. You know, I remember, you know, I was a poker player back in the day, and I remember that there was a group of poker players. They did some reality show called 2 Months, 2 Million. I feel like we need to get like a group of rollers who are kind of at or near getting their first rollover and trying to get like 2 million, and do like it needs to be kind of like the road to 10 million. It needs to be like 2 months, 2 million. And take a group of 8 people and see who can get the 2 million first. That would be fun. All right, BEFD19, and have like a prize. That would be fun. Like on a 39, you know, on a 39 start. Okay, looks like both players are ready. We're gonna go ahead and get them started in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. You know, we'll bring in professional Tetris coaches. We'll put them all in a house. They can all live in a house together. Well, cameras follow them around. The first player to get their 2 million. I was almost in a reality show for Scrabble players. Same outfit that did Pawn Stars show. Never did happen. I mean, yeah, the reality boom is like so over now. But back in the day, they were making reality shows about everything. Like any conceivable human activity had a reality show that was either on the air or in development. Word wars. Yeah, because you got to put wars in every title of every like mid-2000s reality show. $116 for Pkric, $114 for Tristop here early on in game number 2. Zempro says there were like 20 of us in the same B&B complex at WPL. Could have filmed it there. My God. That's like my definition of hell, is being in an Airbnb with 20 other people. Ugh. They should make something called Tetris Wars. I know, that would be a super ridiculous cringe name for like a Tetris competition, wouldn't it? I kid, of course, I kid. What if it was 20 other Vandy clones? Even worse. Are you kidding? Oh my God. Tristop is in some trouble. See what he can do to survive. If anybody can survive this, it's going to be Tristop. Oh my goodness. How is what that's my question. How? Oh my goodness. What the heck? That's a triple. This is coming down. How is this possible? Where's the bar? I'm not rooting for anyone, but I am rooting for the bar right now. And there's the bar. It doesn't clear anything, but it does help. And Tristop looks like he has extricated himself from one of the most insane digs I have ever actually seen. He should not still be playing right now. He has fallen behind, as you would expect. He went a long way. Well, you know, no Tetrises, obviously, but just to still be playing is bonkers. 251 for Tristop, 334 for Pkric. Guam in chat says lots of good digs recently. Yeah, we have been getting a lot of good digs, and not just in, you know, with rolling, but, you know, dash digs and tapping digs. I mean, it's just been Digtopia. WD Subia says, I thought it was Raps. All right, Tristop also operating the remote control. I don't know if that's his fan. I don't know if that's a music playing device. I don't know what it is. A heater, a space heater. What was it? He'll have to tell us after. Vandy, do you have a favorite player? Don't say who, just if you have one. Let me think about that. Do I have a favorite player? Yeah, I truly do not have a favorite player. It's just hard for me to even get into the mindset. I mean, I have a favorite player who no longer plays. Like, I don't think I could have a favorite active player, right? My favorite player is Corian. I mean, I just love him. I just love him. But he's not an active player, right? But as far as active players, no, I really don't. I think they're all great. And I just don't think in that way. I'm not like sitting here, oh man, I really hope Pete gets in. Like, I couldn't do this if I sat there thinking that the whole time. 465 for Tristop, 573 for Pkric, 596. Frank Westfall is crying hearing you say that. Well, Frank Westfall is kind of my favorite mascot player, you know? I mean, you know, listen, I like it when there's a good storyline that happens. 515 for Tristop, 598 for Pkric. You know, I do appreciate when there's a good storyline happening. Like if a player has been playing for a long time and gotten really close and has never gotten there, like that's a good storyline, but usually the other player winning is a good storyline too, so. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to put myself in that mindset where I care one way or the other, like which player wins. 643 for Tristop, 688. I'm sure if I retire, when I retire, I'm sure I will start to develop some rooting interests, right? So, you know, 2026, I'll start to have some favorite players. All right, Tetris for Tristop, 710, 717 for Pkric, and so Tristop is considerably closed the gap after that dig. Well, not really, actually. All right, let me take that back because they are separated by 13 lines. Okay, so it's just that Tristop is caught up in score, but Pkric's still with the pace advantage. I know who Vandy thought was the best player for a long time. Not sure if he feels that way now. Oh, yeah, probably. But that's different than saying they're my favorite player. That's just a rational assessment, right? That's not they're my favorite. $893 for Tristop. Tetris 9. So Tristop now in the lead in score real time. Pkric gonna take it back, and you got to keep in mind that they are separated by, you know, as many as 10 lines. Tetris for Tristop, 960. There's another Tetris Tristop, A27. He's got the max. Pkric is one away. There's a Tetris Pkric, A02. That is the max out. So double max outs. Okay, Tristop into 29. This is B45. Pkric is here, B08. He's got two more potentially available. And all right, Tristop's got to bring this down. Oh no, that right side. Oh no. So Pkric is here, B43. Long bar goes in. Tetris B79. He needs 3,000 points. And the long bar gets over, and Pkric is good and ties it up. So yeah, I thought there was going to be a chance that Tristop was going to, on the back of that dig, that he was going to come all the way back and just kind of own the 29, but he just couldn't get it together. And Pkric is good. And if you want to mullen it out, definitely go right ahead. You know, you're at 1.2, PB is 1.5, so you know that is, you can mullen that out. That is fine. Happy to have you do it. Tetris Pkric D25, that's a 1.32. All right, Pkric with the survival. Oh, and going center well, but ducking out of it because he got a gap over there in 1-1. All right, he can still, he's got 50 lines to work with. Okay, set up. Open, Tetris, okay, 1.4. Open. There's one, E57. It's a 1.509. Oh, he set up for one. And he gets it over. This is a PB. Am I wrong? That's a PB, right? There's another Tetris, and he's one away from his first rollover. What the heck? Oh, he misses. Oh, he gets that triple down. He can still eke this out. Oh my God, get it. Give this man something. Oh, and he gets the rollover. He gets his first ever rollover. Are you serious? There it is. Now you can mullen. You can mullen if you're going to get your first rollover. That is allowed. So congratulations, Pkric. You got your first rollover, just barely. Clutch at the end. I swear he wasn't going to get it. I mean, what the heck? That would have been so tragic. Oh my goodness. Congratulations, Pkric. That is utterly crazy. Congratulations on getting your... Now I got to update your stupid thing. You're going to make me do that? All right, you better. If you win, I'll update it. But oh my God, congratulations, Pkric, on your PB and first ever rollover of the score. And you did it in Masters, which is great. Almost choked, I know. That's totally crazy. So what did it go in as? A 1.600. Nice. Well, I'm going to drop the pieces in the chat. So when if you need a moment, you can. Probably heart racing right now. That's fine. I love it when people get a PB. I mean, that's just amazing. All right, what are the pieces? All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's check seeds, just make sure. 236C41. Looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them started. Everybody watching, go ahead and look at his placard change in real time. Ready? I'm gonna literally update it right now in celebration. Ready? Let's see if I get it right. Did I get it right? It changed. Look at that. 1.6 right there. Chen wants to know what song this is. This is Eye of the Storm Part 1 Escape. From the Eye of the Storm album. All right, Tetris for Pkric. So Pkric in his first round defeated the first player ever to get a rollover in competition or otherwise, and then in the next match added himself to the rollover list. So that is actually a pretty cool moment. I know, guy. You actually made me open up pixlr.com and update the PB like right there. If you, all right, that's going to be my pledge. If you get a PB on Masters or in my stream or whatever, I'm going to update your placard real time. I mean, that's a minimum I could do, right? I think that is that's like the bare minimum I can do. So why not do it? It would have been kind of funny if Tristop had beat him. Get your first rollover and lose. But no, congratulations. All right, 188 for Pkric, 207 Tristop. There is a Tetris Pkric, and 1 for Tristop. Let's see if he gets the, yeah, I don't know, Walvant. We'll see. So before, if I look at the leaderboards, he was at like 1.50. Oh wait, no, hold on. NES Tetris, not DAS. Yeah, he was at 74. And now he's at 65. So he just leaped over Doogie and Rhubarb and Maisie and is now 65th. So jumped up 9 places on the leaderboard. All right, Pkric fighting this down. Tristop out to a good lead. There's a Tetris Tristop 396 through 78. So that is like 600K pace. Tetris Tristop. Yeah, kind of botched that S flat. I don't know, he pulled it back or not exactly sure why, but it's going to lead to a couple extra lines of burning. Hopefully it doesn't cost him, at least for his sake, doesn't cost him his 600K transition. We'll see. Tetris Pkric 315, 451 Tristop. All right, Tetris Pkric. Still back by 112,000. Same line count. It's about 5 Tetrises. So as you would imagine, Peak's new PB is the lowest rollover on the PB list, right? He's like just a shade over, what, like 440 points? Like it's the lowest higher than a rollover PB. But it counts. All right, Tetris for Peak. Well, somebody's got to do him better now. Somebody's got to get the exact 1.6 as their PB. All right, Tetris for Tristop. He's going to transition in with a 622 500. Peak is in. He's got 510. So Peak's still back by about 110,000 points. All right, a skimming a Tetris there for Peak 537. There's another Tetris, Peak 562. All right, Tristop with a couple of nifty burns over on that right side of the board. Waiting out bars. Tetris Tristop 684. So after this match, we do have a Das Masters solo match. That's going to be Dylan versus Torsia. That is scheduled to start at midnight. So basically an hour and 32 minutes. And then we have 2 or 3 streams tomorrow from Zempro, who's going to be doing 1 or 2 Das Masters brackets. Matches, depending on the results tonight. And then also a stupid Tetris Monthly Futures finale. And that's a solo match as well. Fans of Zempro, come and hang out, keep him company. Tetris for Peak 772. By the way, I think I missed the tier 1 sub from Zempro. Thank you, Zempro, actually paying to watch the channel that he kind of works on. It's, I'm kind of like a feudal lord here. Oh, you want to work? Pay me. All right, there we go. Tristop 937. Peak has fallen a little bit behind. Or a little bit further behind. A39 for Tristop. He's got the max. He's on 27. Gets another one. There's a Tetris Tristop B09. So the 1.2 isn't going to happen. He's got 2 more Tetrises available. There's one B44. But still a high 1.1 into 29 is pretty good. B53 for him. 950 for Peak. And he's got a couple of pesky holes in the board right now. He gets a long bar over for a dirty into 29. And is this going to be survivable? I mean, this is really... Oh, and he does. What the heck? Who is this? Oh my good. What the heck? Oh my goodness. Can't quite get the max, but good try there for Peak at the end. Tristop, you are good in game number 3. Oh, I also missed a raid from Edge TE. Thank you, Party of 19. Sorry, I didn't acknowledge. I was a little busy. Thanks for the pin, Barrett. Appreciate it. All right. Let's see how many contribution codes left. 5. Oh my, we've had 1. There's 120 viewers on Twitch right now. There's 85 over on YouTube. Can we get 5 people who've not, logged in and done a contribution code over at Matcherino to do it? Can we? Is that possible? All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's get them started. 572, 6D6. 3, 2, 1, Tetris, game 4. Peak looking to tie this one up to force a decider. Tristop looking to win it right now and go to sleep. Just need 5 more contribute. I gotta admit, I love you guys, and you guys are so generous with that prize pool, but getting those claim codes lately, I gotta admit, I'm gonna say, I don't, it feels like it's been pulling teeth. It's like pulling teeth. Like, it's so hard. Is it hard to do? Like, what am I missing? Is it very hard to do? Is it because you're on mobile and you don't want to tune away and you don't know how to do picture-in-picture on your phone? Help me out here. I need some feedback from the fans. Why is it so hard? All right, looks like we're getting them now. All right, the guilt worked. Guilt works. All right, thank you, everybody. All right, 101. I mean, I do really want to know, is it hard to do? Reminding you works. Oh, that's true. All right. Putting it back on me. That is totally fair. You are right. Oh, the Vits from Tristop. The true Vits. And it works. And he gets a Tetris. Guam says, I guilted you into it. All right, good. Guilt works. You're on a phone. I see. So you don't have like picture-in-picture, or it's just kind of annoying. Okay, here's good. All right, I want to know this. If you're in chat right now and you're willing to put either a 1 or 2 or 3 in the chat, like, what is the way that you watch CTM primarily? Is it 1 on the phone, 2 on the computer, or 3 on like a TV? What is the way that you usually watch it? 1 phone, 2 computer, 3 TV. Wheels McCoy on the TV, 2 on computer. Peter the Chair, first time chat, says 2 or 3. A lot of phones coming in now. So you can tell the phones coming in late because they're delayed. Yeah, the computer people are right on it. One and 3, 2-second monitor. Tablet. All right, fair enough. Tablet. What is tablet? You're a slow typer. All right, seems to be pretty well split. Phone and computer with a few TVs in. I do like watching on TV. Laurie with the super chat, $2. Thank you, Laurie. $2 Canadian. 4 on the Laurie watch. That's true. Laurie watches on her smartwatch. Well, she's also saving lives. That's a dedication. 386 for Tristop, 293 for Peak. Can I check in the analytics? I mean, probably, but I don't know how anything works. Tetris, Peak, 319, 434 for Tristop. Jazzy Josh says tablet for you, 2. 2 . 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 Well, now, see, I fooled you guys because now I have a list of everybody who's on their computer and can easily, do the claim code. So now I know who to yell at. See what I've done? 508 for Tristop, 367 for Peak. I'll be like, Cranchan, I know you watch on computer. Get in there, do a contribution code, right? Tetris for Peak, 462, 602 entry into 19 for Tristop. All right, Tristop going to uncover here, 605. Peak in at 486. All right, Tetris, Peak, 516. There's another one, Peak, 541. So Tristop ahead, 140,000 points, 5 lines ahead. Guam says, I had to turn off the vacuum cleaner to claim the code. Do you do the vacuum cleaner and the treadmill at the same time? How does that work? Tetris, Tristop, 743, 593 for Peak. Evan J says the reason no one does the claim codes is because we are all zero attention span Gen Z who are probably also playing Tetris or some other game. Well, that's possible. But you definitely don't have to be Gen Z to have no attention span. Like, I think my generation invented short attention span. But you guys have perfected it, though. That's for sure. 867 for Tristop, 762 for Peak. So wait, Guam, do you get on the treadmill and vacuum the treadmill? Like you just walk on the treadmill and then the vacuum is going along with you, like on the treadmill, so that you're vacuuming the treadmill? 929 for Tristop. There's a Tetris Peak, 854. He's back by 70,000. There's a Tetris for Tristop. He's one away from the max. And there's the one, and there is the max. Treva says watching on the Vision Pro. That's true. I didn't realize people are watching on their VR headsets. I have I still have an Oculus, like I don't know, whatever the Rift 2, whatever it is. Not the Rift, but the Oculus, whatever the second one was. And I got to admit, like putting that thing on and then like using it for productivity, just like being totally tunnel vision and you can't really escape easily to do something else. And you just do your work in it, like in Google Sheets. That was kind of like an excellent, very productive state for me. I don't know why I don't do that anymore. B62 for Tristop on 29. Peak is in at A82. 80,000 points behind. Tristop's board starting to rise. Opens up the right side, gets a Tetris down 1.2. B19 for Peak. Left side, L does not get over. That is a top out for Peak. He's got the 1.1, but he does not take game number 4. Tristop is going to do it, and Tristop will be advancing into the round of 16. But Peak, your consolation prize is you got your first rollover, and you did it in comp, and you've got it recorded, and your internet didn't flake out, so seems like a good consolation prize. Good run there, prize. Good run for seed number 30. So congrats again, Peak. Tristop, you will be advancing. What was the score of the Hydrant Peak game? Was it 3-1? I think it was 3-1, right? I didn't report that. Oh, that's 3-1. Can I just? I'm going to report everything as 3-1. All right, Tristop's going to mullen it out. Be like, oh yeah, I win and I get rollovers all the time. And this one is 3-1. All right. Well, I don't know. Is he gonna roll over here? How do you do this? Oh man, just run out of time. Oh, can't get it. All right, GG's Tristop. Doesn't matter. You are the winner, so you will be moving on. GG's. Congrats. You get to face Blue Scooty. There's a matchup of all time. Can't wait for that one. Blue Scooty versus Tristop. And that one. All right, Laurie, $2 super chat says, sorry, no gift subs this stream. YouTube, you have failed our friend Laurie. But thanks anyway, Laurie, for trying. These recalcitrant YouTuber chatters. I don't know what to say, man. All right, let's take a look at our bracket. Top 16 bracket is filling out. We now have, Tristop up against Blue Scooty. Dangler versus Dog. These are some iconic matches. Guafi versus Meme. What the heck? And Sunny, who had a pretty crazy match. We'll get to take on Pixelandy. Cobra versus Knights. We've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 5 of our top, of our, 8 open spots in the top 16 are being filled in. That's pretty good. That is where we stand. Nobody's moved on yet, obviously. But now we can play our red and pink. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and thank everybody real quick. I am going to cut stream before the next thing because it starts at midnight my time. So it's an hour and 16 minutes, so I'm not going to stay online for that time. But I want to thank our patrons for their support. We did have some overnight who joined up, so I will get you guys added to the slide. Thank you so much for your generous support. And also thanks to everybody on this slide right now for your generous support. Patreon.com/monthly Tetris is a place you can go and make an ongoing pledge of support to keep this channel going. Thank you to everyone, and a big shout out to Scott Gray, Jane, Window K9, Tacky, Corporal Shell, Detroit, and Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cacket, Mila, Jason. Thank you so much. These people, Zempro with the Twitch sub, Laurie with the membership, Laurie with the super chat, and Edge TE with the raid. Thank you for your support of this stream. Watch the extra C now. I don't know what I'm missing, but all right. The extra C. Watch the extra C now. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to know what YouTube chatters are saying because they were watching it 30 seconds ago. So I don't know. Okay. Again, thank you. There it is. Zempro, Laurie, Edge. And prize pool, we got some contribution codes. We got all those done, so appreciate that. We are up to $229 even, so all the claim codes are done. Appreciate the last of you who got those done. Huckax and Blah and Guam and Tom J and Andy Coe and Colton. Thank you. Okay. So the thing we got coming up next is going to be a Das Masters solo match. It's going to take place in the teal bracket, and it's going to be Torja versus Dylan. Dylan, who is a semifinalist in Stupid Tetris Monthly and top 8 in Tap Masters. before we ran into Joseph Saley. Gonna try a shot here at Das Masters. So can't wait. That's gonna happen in an hour and 14 minutes, and I'm gonna try to stay awake. It's already right now past my bedtime. So this is gonna be a challenge, but you know, Nestris never rests. Okay, YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and cut stream now. See you in a bit. Thanks again, Laurie, for all your help. Jungle Cook, Suds, Tom J, Tiger Baby, Sergio, Devil Triggered Gaming, Pokero Mine, Andres. Have a great night. See you in a bit. Bye-bye. Oh, and congrats again, if you're probably not still watching, but congrats again, Peak, on your PB. That was very, very exciting.